Pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pair-wise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life, loved and proud, looking at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, focus reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, running from ear to ear. Craving and raving in rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, the truth is what you conceive.
Boom, yes it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we are coming to you from Georgia's Happy Hog. Yes, you know what that is. That's that watermelon sweet tea. Gotta have it. I think they're out because somebody drank it all. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I did not do it. I only had two big old cups. That's all I had. I had two big old cups is what I did. But anyway, we're at Georgia's Happy Hog, one of our favorite places. Of course, we are here on Tuesdays in Georgia. It's located at 712 Culbertson Drive here in Oklahoma City, just north of the OU Medical Center, south of the state capitol, across from the Harn Homestead, right off Lincoln, right there at Culbertson. So it's like if you turn right or go west, you go into the Harn Homestead. If you go east, you go up the hill to a stop sign, come across that, and George's is right there. For any catering or events, you can contact them at 405-525-8111. And they're open Monday through Saturdays from 11 to 7. And, of course, it is brought to you by YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. And, of course, they are our sponsor for us to be at Georgia's and other women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. So we should appreciate YNB's support of us going out and supporting minority businesses in the Oklahoma City area. Also, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or, there are personal banks, so go ahead and see the guys over at the main bank at 401 Elm right there in downtown Yukon. Or you can go to YNB East, which is on 66th and the Yukon Parkway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road there in the lovely city of Mustang. YNB Parkway, which is on I-40. And Garth Brooks Boulevard, by the way, he was in Stilly the other night, and I'm sorry that I missed him, but, I like Sun Country. I know he's a good OSU boy. He's from the city of Yukon, but not well enough to say, let me go watch Garth Brooks on purpose. I know that sounds terrible, doesn't it? But true. Still mad about the fact that OSU gave him a Letterman jacket and he did not letter. And when you're on a team and you don't letter, that's a slap in the face to us who worked our butt off and earned it with him just because of who he is. You give him a Letterman jacket. He should have declined it, but of course he couldn't get one on his own with his own athleticism, so OSU had to give him one, which kind of sucks. YNB Peoples, which is on Northwest 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. So any of those locations, please go by and see the guys. They are cool and they are worth the visit. So, that being said, yesterday I was at the OSU, OSU is the OKC Metro, what is it called? It's the OKC Metro Oklahoma State Alumni Association. That's what it was. And the golf tournament was yesterday. See, OKC Metro OSU Alumni Chapter. Boy, that's a lot. That's a mouthful right there. Chapter, but anyway, had a good job, good fun over there. Kelly Newkirk and Tim Kunze invited me to come out, had a great time, and basically I was eye candy. I like the way that sounds, eye candy. Anyway, that's what I was, but I had a great time playing out there at Oak Tree. Enjoyed myself, other than what happened at the end of the deal, which of course I'm not going to talk about because I'm too embarrassed. But anyway, yeah, so had a great time with the guys. yesterday meeting some people, and then of course I'm going to go do a remote out in Okarche. They're at Woody's Liquor, and they're in Okarche. So that's who I played with. Those guys, they were fantastic, all of those guys. And so we're going to go probably this Thursday, I think, and go up there and have a good time with those guys. So anyway, great time all had. Raised quite a bit of money for scholarships. What they do is they give scholarship to a freshman going into Oklahoma State. Great deal, great organization. Was well stocked with people. Good time, man. Really good time. And of course, Oak Tree was good as it always is, and had a great time with that. They had a marshal coming around to us, trying to move us up, get us speeding up. We're like, dude, we're going fast. We don't really lose. I mean, I only lost 2 balls yesterday. So I think as a collective group, I think we only lost like 6 balls between 5 people. So that's not bad at all. And I lost 2 of them. One other guy lost 2, and then one person lost 1. So we did pretty good, I think, yesterday. And in fact, my ball right there on 17th is a par 3, because 16th is one of my most beautiful. I think the 17th, 16th greens right there next to each other across the pond is one of the most scenic, beautiful places there in Oak Tree. And we parred 16 and 17. We parred 7. Well, we parred 17 as well. But anyway, I hit the shot, and one of our guys, Cody, it hits the rock instead of going into the water. It hits the rock and bounces back within 4 feet. I'm like, are you serious? And then, of course, mine hits the rock and bounces backwards, I guess because of spin, and it comes back into the water. I'm like, of course, that's typically how it works in the game of golf. One person gets a good break, and the other person does. It's golf. What do? You love it. But anyway, thanks again to Kelly and Tim for the great experience there at Oak Tree. Had a fantastic time. So let's get right into what we were talking about in NFL news. This is one of the things that excited me most, and the reason why I wanted to talk about the NFL before I even got into the NBA, and it's the playoffs for NBA and NHL hockey. The fact that Damar Hamlin is cleared to play football again for the Buffalo Bills is huge. Talking about God is good. Of course, God is good all the time. So I'm so happy for Damar being able to come back and be able to play after literally dying on the football field, bringing it back to life. And in fact, those defibrillators, I was like, do we have one at Santa Fe Family Life Center? And it had been there the whole time. Did not know what it was. So once again, so grateful for, not grateful, but because of this happening to him, it brought more awareness to the schools who don't have them, to the locations and the facilities who don't have them. And, I wondered at that point, do we have one? And they go, yes, right here. And so I went down, and it's right there. The thing pops up. It tells you exactly what to do, what all you need to do. It's a fantastic, great invention to help save people's lives. So anyway, you definitely want to make sure that whatever high school you're at, junior high school you're at, elementary school, to me, every single junior high, elementary, and high school should have one right there in the gym where it's easily accessible, and then out on the football field where somewhere where they can get to it, locker rooms, whatever, where they can get to it really quickly, because it is, literally it can save your life, because if it wasn't for that, Damar Hamlin would be dead right now. So that being said, it's so funny. It said Dalen Hurts signed a record-breaking contract, 5 years, $255 million, $179 million guaranteed, which, of course, Kyler Murray got $10 million more than that. So, I was like, record-breaking. And then I put down, so I was like, record-breaking, is it really? So I put down the top 5 contracts of all time in the NFL. Of course, Mahomes is first at 10 years, $450. Josh Allen is 6 years, $258. Then Jalen Hurts is 5 years, $255. Russell Wilson is $242 for 5 years. And then Kyler Murray is 5 years, $230. Now, what's interesting is these are 2 quarterbacks who OU takes credit for, but they only played 1 year for OU. And it's so funny when they pull up, when they talk about Jalen Hurts, they talk about his 2 national championships at Alabama and his his 1 and runner-up, whatever it was. And then they talk about the SEC championship. So then they go, yeah, and he transferred to OU for 1 year. And, of course, Kyler was there for OU for 2 years, but he only really played for them for 1. But the bottom line is Kyler probably still would have been an NFL quarterback. Jalen Hurts without Lincoln Riley. Jalen Hurts would not be an NFL quarterback, would not be signing for $255 million if it were not for Lincoln Riley. That's a fact. Now, you people, y'all hate all that, but whatever. The bottom line is if it wasn't for Lincoln Riley, I think Kyler Murray would have still been in the NFL, but Jalen Hurts clearly would not have been able to sign for the contract that he signed. So when you watched him at Alabama and you watched him at OU, they were two totally different things. But, of course, all the Sooner fans want to take credit and say, oh, yeah, he's one of us. No, he wasn't. He doesn't. He doesn't consider himself an OU guy. He considers himself an Alabama guy. He was there for 3 years and only at OU for one. So, take the win where you can get it. But anyway, congratulations to Jalen. But I will say this, highest paid, what he is the highest paid non-first round draft pick. Remember, he was not in the first round. So he does not have that, but the highest paid person in history. And that's what it just cracks me up. These guys throw out all these, he's just signed the highest paid contract in the history of the NFL. Really? He didn't even have more guaranteed money than Kyler Murray, so how is it more? Now, did he get more than Kyler? Yes. Did he get more than Josh Allen? No. He got $3 million less. Did he get more than Patrick Mahomes? No. He got $200 million less. So how is it the highest paid contract in the history, record-breaking? It's just, these people are just idiotic. They just wear me out on social media and on the networks. Anything to do clickbait to get you on there is just ridiculous. Clearly, here are the numbers. How the hell is he the highest paid quarterback in the history? How did he sign the biggest quarterback contract in the history of the NFL? I'm waiting. It's right there. The numbers are right there in front of you. He's the third, $3 million behind Josh Allen, and then he didn't even sign as much as Kyler Murray as far as guaranteed money. But what he did take is enough to get him and his family taken care of forever, number one. And number two, be able to sign more free agents. So that's what he took. So you know that his money's locked in. They know what they've got to pay him. And so next up is Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert are the next two up. So we'll see what those two are going to do. So the question is, they're going to do kind of like what Josh Allen did, who took a little bit more money, but then took a longer-term deal for the simple fact that he wanted to make sure, and remember his contract came right after Mahomes. So that's interesting. Now the question is, what are the Chiefs going to do? Because now that Mahomes has this big, huge comment that you see that where Mahomes is as far as, I think he's sixth now. I think that's what he is, sixth as far as highest paid quarterbacks or something like that. So the question is there a clause in there that's going to keep him being the highest paid quarterback or one of the top? Because Nick Saban has a deal in his that he has to be paid $1 more than the highest paid coach in the NFL. So now, speaking of that, in NBA news, which is right after, here's the first round. Now, remember, the big thing with the Thunder was this. And you guys know that I've been a huge proponent against what the Thunder did. I didn't think it was fair. I didn't think it was right. But they did whatever they did, and this is why. And when you break it down, they did all the tiebreakers, who's going to get who's going to go in front of who has the most picks and stuff and most opportunities to get the pick. And you can see the Thunder came in at 12. So they do get one more bite at the apple, just like Sam Presti wanted. Instead of doing what I wanted to do and what a lot of you all wanted to do was, we've got a young team. You can see that they're starting to make a run. Why wouldn't you not support them as much as possible to give them more experience in the playoffs? And I talked to my guy Bruce Reinhardt at McCoco's earlier, and we talked about it the other day, and he was calling me, telling me that I was right about what I said. I was like, I know, it's just frustrating to me that the Thunder had a golden opportunity to get these young guys tons of experience in the playoffs. We would have, if he'd have, like I said, I named 6 or 7 games that we should have won. That would have put us, at my calculations, at number 4, based on the number of wins that we would have had. So what does that mean? We already played our first home game, if not our second home game, in Paycom. Fans will be going crazy. Our guys will be gaining experience. And then next year you got Chet coming back. And then the next year you have 4 picks next year. Why is it so important now? Now, granted, you won't have a chance at the lottery, which is what he's taking. He's trying to take one more chance at the lottery. So to me, that's one of two things. One, Chet is not who the hell you think he is, because if he is, then what the hell you need another lottery pick for? Why wouldn't you take this team, get them as much experience to the playoffs, get them used to it, so next year when you come back, you're still one of the youngest teams in the league, but you're used to the playoffs. So why wouldn't you do that? Why do you need one more bite at the apple? That's my point, one more bite. Why? Because I think they found out the way I feel about Chet. He ain't the answer. and I've said this many, many times to multiple people. Jalen Suggs played with him in high school and played with him in Gonzaga. Suggs is now the point guard at the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic had the number 1 overall pick. Now, if I'm a GM or if you're a GM or you're a team owner, if you had a guy that played with this guy potentially be the number 1 overall pick, and you played with him in high school and you played with him in college, are you not going to ask him, do you think we should draft him? Is he going to be the player that we need worth getting us over the hump? Of course you're going to do that. And what did he say? No, he's not. Clearly because they didn't draft him. Where the Thunder had made up in their mind they were going to draft him, whether he was first overall or whatever. And if you were out just like I was, when Jabari wasn't picked first, everybody went nuts. When the Thunder took Chet, there was complete silence in every bar in Oklahoma City. Because everybody wanted to take Jabari. Long, lean, athletic, can block shots. It helps us length on defense because what do we need? We need a shooter, which we did not address. We need a wing defender, which we did not address. And we need an inside presence, which maybe or maybe not we addressed with Chet as far as being to clog up the lane and block shots. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know. We shall see. But to me, I just don't see him as this player that everybody else sees him. I just don't. I think he's 12, 14 points a game. And as I said the other night, when Krista and I were on at the end of the Thunder Timberwolves game, I said, SGA is going to average 30. Josh should be averaging around 20. J-Dub's going to be averaging around 20. Dort's going to come in there at 14, 15. Then where's Chet? 12, 14. That's where he's going to come in at. Then you got Jay Will there at 8. You got Wiggins about 8. Then you got Isaiah Joe about 8 to 10. And then you got a first-round pick that you've got coming in. Where's he going to be? Where are you going to put him? So to me, the Thunder, I just look at him like, okay, where's Chet how is he going to be this transcendent player? Because I can promise you right now, he won't score a bunch of points unless Josh is in there with him. I'm telling you. Because players like myself, when we're like that, we're like, okay, you're the overall, you know what you got. You can go get your own point. I can go get mine. Go get your own points. And Chet is not going to be able to go one-on-one and get his own points with all that. Oh, he's a unicorn with the ball handling. He's 7 foot tall. That does not work as far as trying to dribble the basketball. You don't see Kevin Durant doing that, do you? Why? Because he knows he's going to get his pocket picked. If you put the ball on the ground too many times, it's going to get picked by somebody smaller than you with long arms. They're going to pick it from you. Because you're dribbling higher and they don't have to dribble. They don't have to go as high. You're coming down to them. They're not coming up to you, which is going to give them the advantage as far as ball handling. So all that nasty ball handling stuff, that means absolutely nothing unless you're coming down the court in transition or you got one-on-one and you can take a couple bounces to get to the basket. But all that dribbling, trying to get past somebody, that's not happening. And when you saw in Summer League when it happened, without Josh, look what he did. With Josh, look what he did. That's why the Thunder quit playing him. That's why they quit playing him. I'm just giving you the facts, guys. That's why they quit playing. They know if Josh ain't playing with him, he's not going to score. He's not. He's going to scavenge. Even with Josh in there, he's still going to average 12 points a game. Maybe 14. That's it. Because remember, there's only so many balls to go around. SGA clearly is going to get his. Josh and J-Dub clearly have to get theirs for us to even remotely be successful, to be that three-headed monster that we created this year. Dort is going to get his. I can promise you he's going to take his 10, 12 shots a game. So what does that leave him? It leaves him 12, 14 points a game is where that leaves him. Now, I hope I am wrong in that he's 17, 18 points a game. I hope I'm wrong. Because if he's that, the Thunder, well, Krista put me on blast there and said, made me step out and say how many games I think the Thunder are going to win. Because remember, this year I picked over-under was 23.5. I said 33. The over-under, and I said we could possibly win 40 if we played the way I thought we should play, which, of course, we did. We ended up winning 41 games. So she said, what are we going to win this coming year? I said probably 43, high of 48, 50 if we play the best we can play. Now, if Chet does what they think Chet's going to do, 50 should be easy. If Chet's who they think he is. And if our coach cannot lose games, if he doesn't cost us ball games, because we would have been at 46, 47? If without Chet this year, had he not cost us ball games on purpose, so that the graph that I just showed you, so we could be where we are, 12th out of 14 teams, with the opportunity to get the overall pick. And you saw what our odds were. So that's where I am with it. I'm still very frustrated at the Thunder because, like I told everybody, winning the first game didn't mean anything. But once again, they showed you if we want to win, here are the guys we should play. That's what they showed you. When you're not trying to win, here are the guys they show you who they play. I told you that. If Lindy Waters was playing, they weren't trying to win. If they're trying to win, Lindy Waters is not playing. It ain't rocket science, guys. All you gotta do is go look at the tape. That's facts. If Lindy's playing, they're not trying to win. If Lindy's not playing, they're trying to win because he is not ready. Jang is not ready. So next week we're going to do our Thunder broadcast. We're going to do our Thunder show. We're going to do a season-ending wrap-up of the Thunder as far as giving players grades, as far as giving the coaches grades. We're going to go over the player stats. We're going to do a whole show for that. And also on After the Storm, we're going to be doing a once-a-week podcast for that. So every Wednesday we will do the podcast for the Thunder. So that's going to be fun doing that. So hopefully everybody will be able to watch that. And then, of course, we're going to turn the Unpopular Hour into a podcast as well. But we'll still be live, so you can watch us on Facebook. You can go to YouTube and watch us, or we'll be able to be on a podcast on somewhere, and we're going to let you know where exactly that's going to be. So I'm excited about that and what we're going to do in the future when it comes to that. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. I want to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic, for keeping us up and running, doing all the things that they always do for us. I still need to take my computer in for them to fix my Stream Deck. SRB, if you're engineering, surveying, or planning, Mark Long is the dude to talk to over there at SRB. Oak Grove Trucking, my guy Jose Fierro, he is the guy if you need to go out and you need some rocks or some dirt, or you've got a construction company, or, hey, you can know some guys who do some work on the highways. Jose is the man for that. If you need a dump truck, call my boy, and he will definitely take care of you. Greg and Max Nafee at Nafco supporting us as they always do, so we appreciate everything that those guys do for me over at Nafco. And then last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender. They, like I said, they're a member of the FDIC, and they're also a sponsor for us to go out to do remote minority and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And in fact, we are at Georgia's today, and want to thank YNB for allowing us to be here at Georgia's. Now, you can pre-qualify online with them at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or, hey, go in and visit their main bank location, 401M, and go in and see Joe Horn, Carson Wright, or Nathan Taylor. Go in and see the guys over there at 401M downtown Yukon. Or you can go to YNB East, which is on 66th or 39th Street, whatever you want to call it, and the Yukon Parkway. You can go to YNB Mustang, 218 Mustang Road there in the great city of Mustang, Oklahoma. YNB Parkway, which of course is on I-40 and Garth Brooks Boulevard, right there in front of the hospital. You cannot miss it. And then the location I always go to is YNB Peoples on 23rd between MacArthur and Rockwell. Go and see my guy Eddie over there. He'd love for you guys to swing through and holler at him. So that's my guy over there, so go ahead and holler at my boy Eddie. He would love to do that. Now, guess what time it is? It's the NBA playoffs. Everything is going crazy right now with scores, and we've had a couple games this weekend, and, of course, we will be on every day now, so we'll be able to keep you updated just in case you didn't know what the scores were. And see, that's part of the thing right now. You can see me looking over there, looking on my computer. I'll be able to push a button with my Stream Deck and be able to go straight to the NBA scores just like I just did. But with Stream Deck, I'll be able to just punch on it, and then I don't have to really look. I just go boom, punch, and it'll be there. So scores from this past weekend, the 76ers beat the Nets 121. 101, and Embiid was just a monster. In fact, the Nets also won the second game to go up 2-0 against them. So, I mean, what's going to happen? The Nets, I don't think they really have a prayer in that. And then, of course, the Hawks and the Celtics. The Celtics took care of business, and Trey and the guys. Trey didn't play necessarily his best game against them, but that being said, they get to come back and play again, so we'll see what happens with that game. Then the Knicks and the Grizzlies. The Knicks took care of business. Excuse me, Knicks and Cavs. Knicks took care of business over the Cavs, which everybody was shocked at. But man, I tell you what, Randall and Brunson, they were too much for the Cavaliers that night. Cavaliers, of course, it's just game one. Doesn't really mean a whole lot, but it does to some people. But to me, game one is game one. There's 6 more to go, so don't get all excited because remember when the Celtics destroyed the Lakers by 40. Then Lakers came back and won 4 out of the next 5. So game one is good, but you got to be able to continue that momentum, and it doesn't necessarily carry over because you never know what happened with that first game. But if you're a road team, what you want to do is you want to go in and get a split. You either want to win game one or game two, so that way that shifts home court back to your place. Warriors and the Kings, and of course the Kings took care of the Warriors. Why? The Warriors, their road woes continue. And that's one of the things, even though they got Wiggins back, I was still just worried about whether they can win on the road. I mean, they still, even though they're down now 2-0, can they come back? Sure they can. But it just worries me if they can really come back and what they can and can't do. And here are the playoffs thus far. You can see the Knicks are 1-0. Sixers are up 2-0. Celtics are up 1-0. The Heat are up 1-0 over the Bucks. And, of course, Giannis got hurt. So that had a lot to do with it. He hurt his back, but he has been cleared to play. So he should be coming back to play against the Heat, which I think that's going to make a huge, huge difference because I think he only played like 13 minutes in that game. But the Heat were just on fire from out. And then, of course, without Tyler Hero, we'll see what the Heat can actually muster up and maintain. And then, of course, the Clippers up 1-0 on the Suns. Great win by them on the road. Russell Westbrook with a great block. And over Devin Booker on a layup and then went off of his leg hustling because that's what Russell does. He plays 100%. It's what he does. It's what also costs you games is because the way he will win games for you. But in a playoff series, like I've always said, you only got to cost you one game. So now the way it is, he won one game for you. So when he goes, he's going to clearly cost you one. So you're going to be back where you were even in the series. But then, of course, Russell after the game, has to get in some fan's face, grabbing his crotch, talking, running his mouth. I mean, he's just who he is. Oklahoma City fans, I don't understand how y'all Russell, he's our savior. He stayed here because nobody wanted him. And you can see that when the Lakers. Nobody wanted him. But you guys are under this impression that he was so great. Nobody wanted him then. Nobody wanted him now but the Clippers. Nobody wanted Russell. Everybody wanted Kevin Durant. But Oklahoma City chose Russell over Kevin Durant. Instead of y'all being pissed off about that, it's much easier for you to take your anger out on Kevin Durant. Oh, well, he went to the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, he went to the best team in the league, and he was the best player on the best team in the league. I mean, go figure that. Best player on the best team, and he immediately went there because, like I've always said, basketball is the one sport that if somebody's better than you, okay? There ain't no joke about it. If somebody's better than you in basketball. You can't hide. So if somebody's better than you. So it's just very frustrating to me how people don't understand that by the Thunder picking Russell over Harden and over KD, that the Thunder will never recover from that. If you get rid of Russell instead of James Harden, they both are still here. Oklahoma City is still rolling. You got people trying to get in Oklahoma City. So unlike some of these people that you listen to on the radio go, oh, nobody wants to come to Oklahoma City. People don't care about that nonsense. People want to win a championship wherever they go to Milwaukee. So the nonsense you hear on sports radio, those people need to talk about the sports that they understand. They need to stay the hell out away from basketball because they don't understand it. They don't get it. And that's the news reporters and the people who talking heads. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm telling you, if you're winning, people will want to come there, especially to play with KD and Harden if they're trying to win a championship. Then remember, you don't run off Sabonis. You don't run off Reggie Jackson. You don't run off Oladipo. You don't run off all these guys that got ran off. You don't run off Green. You don't run away all these people because guess what? They want to be here. They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave because of the person who's here. They want to get out of here because the person that was here. They'd be wanting to stay because of the people that are here. They'd want to stay because Kevin Durant's here instead of wanting to leave because it was Russell Westbrook. And you people just do not get it, and I don't understand how you don't. I don't know how you're so blind and just I just don't know how you just don't understand it. I just don't. It's so clear as a zit on your face. The Lakers, of course, taking care of business over the Grizzlies 1-0. I just think the Grizzlies. And then, of course, Ja, had a foul. But as long as the Lakers are healthy, they're going to get past this series, which I thought they would. But the question is, when it gets into it and gets on past this, what will the Lakers be able to do in the next couple series? So we'll see how that transpires. And then, of course, the Nuggets won up over the T-Wolves. Did we expect anything different than that? No, we really did not. At least I didn't, and I'm sure you guys didn't either expect anything different than the Lakers doing what they were doing or the Nuggets doing what they're doing over the T-Wolves. I'm sure none of y'all did that. Now, remember, if you have a question or you have a comment that you have a problem with what I'm saying, or you have a question that you want to ask. By the way, Krista, the other night after the storm, our OKC Thunder broadcast, post-game analysis, she asked some great questions that I got a chance to answer. So if you have some questions that you want to ask, hey, go ahead and text me at 405-551-8300. That's 405-551-8300. And you can leave your name if you want to do it. If not, then it'll just pop up on my screen, and I'll just ask you the question there on Skype. That's 405-551-8300 to ask any questions or leave a comment, because when you leave them on Facebook, I really don't check my Facebook feed very often when I'm on the show, so I don't really know if you're asking a question or something I really don't know. I won't know about it until I pretty much get off the air or someone else sees it, and then they text me to let me know that there's a question. So if you have one, go ahead, 405-551-8300 to ask any questions about what we're doing. So, okay, so in the NBA, the games today, which there are some games today, and it's going to really matter. It's getting close, getting to that point where you're really going to have to make a difference. But on the games today, you got some good ones coming in, so I'm excited about, because this is NBA playoffs. I'm always excited about that. And then, of course, we're joined by my guy, Ben Dillman of High Stick Harry. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? You doing all right?
Oh, yeah. Just sitting here, just going over some NBA stuff, getting ready to get getting ready to do Drew stuff, and then get into NHL because, man, we had some barn burners
start
yesterday. So, I still can't believe the Oilers lost to them again. I mean, after having a lead, it just, and then my Stars got beat.
Too.
Yeah, anyway, we'll get over that depressing stuff here in just a minute.
Yep.
But anyway, our boy Drew Henthorn of HuskyDrewPicks.com was nice enough to send Ben and I a photo of where he is at and what he's doing on the beach. Kind of rude.
Nice little spot.
Kind of rude, man. Kind of rude, man. But you liked it. You and him are buddies. So y'all really like doing. Y'all support each other. You hear me, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay.
We definitely do.
Anyway, the Clippers, as he's got tonight, the Clippers game, he's got them +8 tonight in their game, taking them. The Suns are -8 favorites, so I think Kevin Durant will bounce back from that. Did you see that clip of Russell the other night after the game?
Yeah, going into the suite.
Yeah, with his hand on his crotch, talking trash. Dude, there's a little kid right in front of you.
His shirt rolled up.
Yeah,
too.
shirt rolled up. Little kid right in front of you, grabbing your crotch, talking, trash to something. Really, man? Dude, he is. I'm sorry.
So,
He's just.
I don't like some of the heckling that goes on, obviously, but some of it is just part of the game, man.
Dude, unless they are personal to you, saying something about your kids, your wife,
some of these
or
guys
your mother.
Either,
come on,
maybe
man.
the fans are out of line because I'm not there listening to what's going on, but it seems like, at least once every, maybe twice a week now, somebody's getting kicked out of a game. It's like, all right, just how about you guys just play the game?
But Ben, you wait till after the game's over with.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go into his suite.
Back in the 80s, they just go find you in the
parking lot.
Go find you in the parking lot.
Or now they even, like LeBron, when somebody was talking to him, what did he do? He went right over to him, right in the middle of the game, and said, hey, this is what they said about my kid. I want them gone. Because to me, you don't talk about my mama.
Yeah, don't get personal.
No, you don't do it. You just don't. I mean, say whatever you. I'm a bum. I'm trash. I can't do this or I can't do. Hey, that's fine. Whatever. But don't bring in my family. Don't talk about my mama. Don't talk about
Don't bring up family.
kids.
Don't bring up race. Don't bring up
none
things
of
like
that.
that.
None of that. Other than that, hey, say whatever the hell you want to say. I have zero problems. Okay, that's you've been going through that since high school. If you're not used to it by now, something's wrong. Okay, so I have an issue with him. But dude, you don't walk into a man's suite with your shirt rolled up, with your hand on your crotch, with a little kid
Yeah.
right there in front of you trying to fight. Really, Russell? He just
I don't
anyway.
think he was going to do anything. He was just
No,
trying
but
to
the
tell him
point
to
is,
watch his mouth.
so what? You're on the road, but that's him, man. He's just,
Yeah.
oh, that's a competitor. No, he's a punk. That's what he is. But Oklahoma City chose him over Kevin Durant, which I just talked about. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
talking about that.
I'm gonna let all that go. I'm really not, but I'm gonna let it go as best I can. Anyway, you got the Hawks plus 10 over the Celtics, or the Celtics minus 10. So he's taking the Hawks and the points, thinking it's going to be a closer game in game 2, because I don't think Trey will have another bad game, shooting game the way that he did. I think he'll
They got lucky there.
Yeah, I think he'll make a bigger aspect. Knicks Cavaliers, he's taking over 214.5. I agree with him. I think the Cavaliers are going to come back and score a bunch of points. Plus, they're at home. They got beat by the Knicks in surprise. But like I said, hockey or basketball, playoffs, it doesn't matter what it is. Baseball, basketball, hockey. 7-game series, you want to split 1 or 2. Either the first game or second game. All you want to do is do a split.
Yeah,
So you get
especially if you're the
home
road team.
Yeah, if you're the road team. You want to split. That's all you want. So anyway, Hawks and Celtics, he's taking the over 230. I think they're going to be flying up and down the court. I believe that 100%. Major League Baseball, he took all the big dogs today, Ben. The Yankees.
I know. I almost parlayed them all. I probably should have.
Yeah, so I just laughed. He took the Yankees minus 153, the Dodgers minus 159, and the Braves 130. He just went, okay, I'm going to take the big dogs. Because he's over there. I guess he might need to go in there and need some money, because I'm sure where they're at, they're spending quite a bit. Hopefully it's all inclusive and he ain't got to worry about it, but I'm sure he'll be telling us all about it in the next couple of days when he gets back. Then, of course, Rangers and the Royals, over 9 is his last pick on that from Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. So go ahead and go check Drew out at HuskerDrewPicks.com and get that squared away. And then, by the way, we got some other big news for you coming up, Ben. I'll talk to you about it off air. I'm not going to talk about it on air yet. Not yet, because it's still kind of up in the air right now.
Sounds good.
Some things going to be happening. So we're excited about what we're going to be doing here coming up really, really soon for us. So now in hockey, brother, god dang. I tell you what, were you excited about the games last night, Ben?
Yeah, it was a good night of hockey. I mean, I was up a little bit past midnight watching that last game. So it was pretty good. It went. It's nice because they're actually airing all the games, so good for everything.
Yep, that's right. They're on TNT and Fox, right?
They're on TNT, ABC, a little bit of TBS, and some ESPN. Kind of depends.
Oh, they're not on Fox? I thought. No, Fox is doing baseball, aren't they?
Yeah, Fox doing baseball.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, so yesterday the Canes took care of the Islanders 2-1.
Yep, that was kind of a just.
Feel me out
like
game.
I was telling you, low, slow grind of a game. Sorokin in net for the Islanders played great. He had 35 saves. This will be a close series, but the Hurricanes kind of just outdid them a little bit.
Yep. And then, of course, your Bruins took care of business over the Panthers, dude. They are scary good, dude.
I know. And then they actually have a stomach bug going around the locker room right now, so they're actually missing a couple guys, and they still got it done.
Yep. Is that your name? Pacherik? How's he say it? Pasternak?
Pasternak.
Pasternak. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Everybody calls him Pasta, and he had a great goal last night. And then Olmark in net, he was actually sick with the bug, and he played anyways.
Dude, he was unbelievable last night. Some saves he made last night.
Great. It was Patriots Day out in Boston, so they had the running of the marathon.
The marathon was that day.
Yeah. So I'm sure that place was wild and drunk.
Yeah, 10th anniversary of the bombing, by the way.
Yep.
So, which was still just insane that people are. I mean, they're doing a sporting event. I mean, to me, there's. I mean, you want to bomb, you want to do some stuff, but to me, a sporting event is.
And like
I don't want to say sacred, but a sporting event is neutral to me. Sports are neutral. You know what I mean? You don't bring your ideology and your religion into a sporting event. That's when you can hate each other. I can dislike you all I want to, but we're cheering for the same team. We're good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
To me, sports is I don't want to really call it untouchable, but it should be untouchable. It should be non-violent. It should be where you don't go in and you don't bomb.
Even grounds.
You don't. It's just like what was it? What was the name of the show? Highlander, when those guys, they considered when you're in church, that's the sacred ground. No matter how much you want to kill each other, you don't mess with each other when you're inside the safety
Yeah,
zone of the
exactly.
church.
Yeah,
So,
inside that certain area.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's like a kind of like what that goes to. I heard a story not too long ago about, I think it was in Nigeria. They stopped their civil war for like 2 days so they could all watch Pele play soccer. If I'm not mistaken, like sports usually is like the sacred kind of
It's the
safe ground,
sacred
most
thing.
of the time.
How do you go in there and I don't know, man. That
Yeah, I'm
bothered
with
me.
you.
That bothered me. Then, of course, my Stars got big 3-2 in 2 OTs last
Yeah,
night
that
by
was
the
the long
Wild.
one,
Yeah, I was not.
and it was. Go ahead.
No, that was the game I was the first one I wanted to be ahead of the Avs. I did not want to see the Wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was almost 5 periods of hockey. It was still late in that one. There's about 7 minutes left in that second overtime, so they were almost all the way around. I think Otter had 45 saves, and Gustafsson for the Wild had 51
It's
saves.
something
So I
stupid.
think it's gonna be a long one. I mean, the Stars lost a guy last night, Pavelski. He got injured with a massive hit from one of the guys on the Wild there. But I think it's going to go 7, and it's going to be a big series. It's going to get chippy.
Yeah, it is. And then, of course, Krista, she's a huge Stars fan, too. So
Yep.
that's going to be good. Anyway, 4-3, the Kings took care of the Oilers, which is what you and I talked about in OT. The Oilers blew that game. They should have had that one. Oh,
Yep.
by
They
the
were
way,
up 2-0 going
how
into
do you
the third.
call that penalty, put them in a power play that late? Was that really a penalty, or was that just a judgment? Or was that
Kind of
judgment
a
or
judgment
penalty?
call. I think in like overtime, you don't call that. I would say, especially in the playoffs. But I mean, that cost them the game there, and that was huge. You saw the guy going crazy in the penalty box. He was breaking his stick, everything. I mean, the Oilers are up 2-0 going into the third. They just choked it out a little bit.
Yeah, they did. They choked.
McDavid was scoreless. He was actually -2 on the game, so he was actually hurting his team when he was out there. Draisaitl had 2 goals, which was big. But Anze Kopitar, the captain, longtime captain for the Kings, he's been there for a little over a decade. He had 4 points last night. He had a point on every single, on every single goal. So it was a huge game. He kind of put the team on his back there.
Yep, and they got the game won, which they've done the last 3 times, 3 or 4 series. How many series ago is that? 3 series, 2 or 3 series, Oilers.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got them the first time.
They ended up, and they're the ones that they ended up beating last year in the playoffs. So they got their number.
Yeah, but no, didn't the Oilers beat them last year, or did the Kings win last year?
The Kings won last year. They beat them in 7 games.
Beat them 7, yeah, and they took that first one. That's right.
Yeah.
Then, okay, now NHL games today. Boy, I tell you what, Ben, Rangers and the Devils, boy, I'm out to. I'm more of a Rangers fan after all they've got, but that should be a good one, don't you think?
Yep, the Rangers are going to Rangers are kind of, you'd almost say, a little more skilled technically, but I think the Devils lead pretty much. I think they have better positional players at almost every position besides goaltender. I think the Devils have a lot more speed. This is going to be a toss-up first round, but it's going to be. I just compare the 2 squads, and it's just like NBA. They play every other day. They don't, or it's not like the NBA. They play every other day. There's no 2-day breaks in between.
Yeah, for
There's
travel.
nothing like that. Yeah, you have 1 day of travel in between. So they just try to make it, a long lasting war. And this one's going to drag some, years off some of these guys' lives. These guys are going to give it their all.
Well, the NBA does that because of the TV thing. They want to be Saturdays and Sundays, so that's why they do.
I was thinking, I like how the NHL does it the way they do it, but also I kind of wish that maybe they did give an extra day here or there, because some of these guys that might be injured, or maybe the stomach bugs and stuff going around, guys might have an extra day to get healthy. And the NBA wants all their best players out there, and I feel like it kind of hinders the NHL a little bit.
Yeah, because they give you that extra day in travel, where they give you that second day off.
Yeah, and not every time, but
no.
some of them. Yeah. So I wish in the Stanley Cup, I think in between, if there's a game 6 and 7, I think they might give you 1 extra day or something. But that just makes you want to sweep your opponents, because if you sweep them, then you get a break until that next team's ready. So then you get to go party usually.
Yeah, and then of course you got the Lightning at the Leafs tonight at 6:30.
Yep, this one's going to be a rough one too. This one's going to be a banger. These 2 teams hate each other. It's like older brother and the younger brother. The Lightning being the older brother, Leafs are the younger brother. These 2 teams, they're gonna. Yeah, if you can tune in, it's going to be on ESPN at 6:30. It's going to be a lot of star power. It's going to be some good stuff there.
Yeah. Then the Jets at the G Knights.
Yeah, I think this one, the Knights are the Jets kind of play like the Islanders do, like kind of slow, grind you up kind of game. The Knights have a little bit more talent, I would say, but Jets are solid from top to bottom. They're all bought in over there. You can tell by the way that they play together.
Yeah.
Then they got one of the top, I'd say, like 5 goalies right now in the world, Hallebuck. So we'll see. Should be a good game.
Yeah,
That
but you're
game's
gonna
going to be on ESPN2 at 8:30.
and plus you're in Vegas, so there's gonna be what is this, a Tuesday night? I mean, really, it should be
Yep.
loaded and
The
packed
Vegas flu.
with people. Yeah, it should be crazy there tonight in Vegas. Then you
That
have
place will be rocking.
then you
Yeah.
have the Kraken against the Avalanche.
Yeah, the Avs are going to be, like I said last week, they're going to be missing Landeskog, their captain, for the entirety of the playoffs. It's a huge loss, but I do think the Avs have enough to get past the Kraken here. I think the Kraken will probably win 1 game at home, but I think the Avs will probably get them in 5, if not 6. And I think that'll be Nate Dogg, I think, is going to go off. Nathan McKinnon, I think he's going to just explode in this playoff. So,
And I'm still
yeah, that game
mad.
will
Yeah,
be
and I'm still mad at
Yep.
that dude wearing his Avalanche hat in the gym the other day. I'm still.
Yeah, you should.
I want to charge him.
That
extra.
game will be on ESPN at 9:00, and that Rangers Devils game is on TBS at 6.
Yeah, I wanted to charge that dude extra money because he would have.
You should.
No, I wanted to.
Should have.
But anyway, so I was excited about that. Your cat's just now
Yes, sir.
texted me. We're going to 74's soft opening tonight.
Oh, nice.
Hold on, 7:30 is the time we're scheduled. Anyway, so I'm excited about that. Going to 74 tonight to see the soft opening of that to kind of help them with that. But
There
okay.
you go.
But anyway, in NHL standings, Ben, we've got the Islanders up 1-0 over the Canes. Should the Canes be worried? Fans be worried?
Not yet, but it wasn't a good start. I mean, I would definitely say that you got to be a little careful with that Sorokin and that.
Yep, and then of course your Bruins over the Panthers. I think they're just going to roll over them, don't you think? There might be a sweep
Yep.
or the gentleman's
Yep.
sweep, 4-1. You think gentleman's sweep or sweep?
Gentlemen's sweep, yeah, I think
4-1.
I think they'll get 1 at home. Is what I think. I think there'll be 1 game. I think the Bruins will probably sit a couple guys one of the games, and maybe they'll get burned on it. But
Yeah. And then, of course, the Wild over the Stars. I think the Stars are going to come back and even the series. But still, 1-1 going there to them, back to Minnesota, which is a hellhole.
oh yeah, St. Paul, they get after it out there. And the Stars having Game 7 at home will be huge. So hopefully they can reach to that. And
They just got to get that one win. You got to get that one win back on the road, and they've got 3 games to do it.
do
And
so,
you want to
yeah.
do it either in Game 3 or Game 4, because the last thing you want to be able to me is you win game. You still got to win 2 games in a row back to back is what you got to win. So to me, it's a lot easier to win 4 and 5 because you have momentum going after 4 going home.
going back home. Yeah.
Yeah, to 5 than it is winning 6 and 7 because 7 is just a crapshoot. Period. I think it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Kings and Oilers. What do you think?
Ooh, I think the Oilers need to be worried. I think the Kings, they've been on fire. The Oilers went into the last 15 games of the season without they had a point in at least every single game. So they either lost in overtime or they won every single game. So I don't know if they, I don't know if they were a little too hot at the wrong time, but I figured they were going to come in strong. But they need to be worried with the way the Kings are playing.
Yeah, I agree with you about that. The Oilers. I'm sure McDavid's going to bounce back after what happened.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday? Was it last night? Yeah, what after happened was that day before? It was the day before, wasn't it? Or was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was last night. Last night,
yeah.
he went 0 points, -2. He had about 25 minutes of ice time, so he had 5 shots on net. So he was all over the place. He just couldn't get it.
Yeah, so I think he'll bounce back tonight on that. That's kind of what I think. And then, of course, this weekend, Ben, I don't know if you heard about the Oklahoma Panthers, which is our new team that Kendrick Perkins owned in Beaumont, Texas. He plays with the basketball league. You have the team in Enid. You have a team in.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it on Thursday.
Yep, you have the team in Seminole, and then of course you have the one here, and they'll be playing this Saturday night at 7 o'clock p.m. at Douglas High School. That's their new home facility, so they'll be playing at Douglas Saturdays at 7 o'clock at Douglas High School. Coach Tyson was talking about it. You can go to thebasketballleague.net or thebasketballleague.com, and you can go in and find out more information about them. And then of course in golf. the 405 Boys King of the Greens. They still need 2 more teams. So, guys, if you're a ball player, hey, they still need 2 more teams for this Friday, and they're playing at Lincoln East. So they need a couple more teams. So it's only $500, and it's going to a worthy cause to support kids basketball. So by all means, go ahead and sign up for that team. And here's the information right here where you can go in right there on the screen and do that, Ben. So I hope they can find a couple teams
Yes, sir.
for that, because let's raise money for kids. You guys play golf anyway, and it's a Friday. I mean, what else the hell you got to do? And it's going to be nice. It's going to be about 65 degrees, so it's not going to be hot. It's going to be almost perfect, not a lot of wind to play some golf. So that ought to be fun to get that done. I'm hoping so. Anything you want to talk about, B? What you got?
Oh, no, man, I'm good. I'm just going to start cooking some dinner here in a little bit.
Yeah, how was your weekend?
Everything went really well. Went to those exotic races on Sunday. Cruised over there at the Remington where they do the zebra
with the
races and
zebras.
the camel races and all that crap. Yeah.
How was that? Was that Saturday or Sunday?
That was Sunday.
Oh, Sunday, okay.
Yeah, it was a good time. Did that. Stopped by Cats on the way, and then went over there and just hung out, watched a few of the races, and saw some friends. Did not too much.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to really say hi to the missus the other night. I mean, it was kind of crazy in there.
It gets that way.
Yeah, it gets that way, how to do it. But, by the way, May 20th is the Pie in the Face.
May 20th.
May 20th, that's a Saturday, yeah. Seems like Tom and my God, my friend and Max both backed out. I don't know if you remember, they were running their mouth about who's the best cook and blah, blah, blah. So I'm saying, okay, well, we're just going to have a cook-off. And, you cook 2 pieces, 2 meats, have one side, and then we'll do that and we'll coordinate that with the Pie in the Face. And now Tom's like, oh, I've got to work. I can't make it. Max is like, well, I'm out of town. I'm like, oh, you guys just get drunk and running y'all's damn mouth. I mean, to me, that's the way you sell it. Isn't it, Ben? Just settle it. That'd have been perfect. Just settle it right there and then in there. Let everybody decide on what they like more. So, but anyway, we're going to get the finalized deal on all that and when we're going to do it and what's going to happen with that. So, but anyway.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm excited about the games tonight. And I know Ben is as well. So
yes, sir. I'll be 2, 3 TVs going, computer going. Yeah, I'll be live betting. I'll be doing some things.
You'll be all over the place, will you?
Oh yeah.
Now you're not going to be watching NBA. You're just going to be watching hockey, right?
I'll have one of the TVs on NBA, but the volume won't be on.
The volume will not be on. And like I said,
won't be on.
and like Ben said, tonight we got the Rangers and the Devils at 6, the Lightning and the Maple Leafs at 6:30, the Jets at the G Knights at 8:30, and then of course 9 o'clock, the last game in the nightcap will be the Kraken versus the Avalanche. And then in NBA, you have the Hawks and the Celtics at 6. You have the Knicks and the Cavs at 6:30. Remember, Drew took the Hawks, and Drew took the Clippers tonight at 9 o'clock against the Suns. He took the points and all of that. He took the teams, even though they're losing, and the points. So I think it was the Cavs +8, Clippers +10. So that's what he took. And so hopefully everybody will go ahead and go by and listen to our guy. And if you haven't, go to HuskerDrewPicks.com, and he will do that. So anyway, you got anything else, brother?
No, man, I think that's it. I think we covered it.
All right, brother, that's it. It's my guy, High Stick Harry Ben Dillman, giving us an update.
All right, have a good one, buddy. Cheers.
Have a good one. Cheers to you too, my friend. And it is NBA playoffs and NHL hockey tonight playoffs. So everything is rolling and going good. So I am excited about that. Hey, Ben, you still there?
Yep.
Hey, I have a question. Did you see the Jalen Hurts thing?
On his contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted it to be the biggest one. He didn't care if it was all guaranteed.
But my deal is I did it. How is it? It's not even the biggest. It's the third biggest.
I thought his came out to 255.
Yes, but Ben, I did do it, but I pulled it up earlier, right? And I had it on the screen before you came on.
Yeah, because
Patrick Mahomes has Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but I think it was the time, within the time.
Right, this is the deal. And, here's the biggest of his time. Yes, but it's like Mahomes is 10.
Even compared to he wanted it bigger than
Russell
Deshaun, because Deshaun was 250.
Right.
But all of his was all guaranteed, so they gave him $5 million more because he wanted it bigger than the most recent contract.
Thing is this, the biggest contract, well, they said it's the biggest in the history of the NFL. The biggest in the history of the NFL is Mahomes at 10 years, $450. Josh Allen at 6 years, $258. Then he is at 5 years, $255. So under no circumstances is it rich as ever. It's the
I
third
think.
richest
Well,
ever.
yeah, I think it's
No,
the biggest average.
Ben. It's 5 years, 255. It's not the big. It said the biggest contract. No, it's not.
No, it's saying that he's getting 51 million is what they're
Yeah, they're
saying.
saying getting
That's what.
51
So
million a year.
that's the
So
biggest. But
no.
that's
So
no, yeah, because
what
it's
they
not.
should
It
have
doesn't go off
said,
the
what they should have said.
length.
But
Yeah.
remember, Ben, it's only 179 guaranteed.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
no, but
3
they're saying
years
that he's making 51 million. That's the biggest That's the biggest guaranteed money in NFL.
for only 2 years, Ben. For
Yeah,
3
yeah.
years.
No, I got
3
you.
years.
That's just what
So
they're.
I'm like,
I know they worded it
listen, they're
terribly.
trying. This is a click. Like I was telling her, it's clickbait. The
Yeah.
biggest contract is Mahomes. The second biggest is Josh Allen. The third biggest is Jalen. And Jalen took less money guaranteed than Kyler has.
Yeah, no, he just wanted his number bigger
He
than
wanted,
Deshaun's.
which
That
was
was it.
all he wanted, and that's all he
Yeah,
wanted.
which is fine. So then, but this will go back to the Lamar situation because now that there's been 3 contracts now signed since the Deshaun one, right?
Right.
Because there's been the Josh Allen extension, there's been Jalen Hurts, and there's been the Russell, if I'm not mistaken. If those are the 3. It might
Those
have
are
been
3.
Kyler, might have been one of the other 3.
Kyler, yeah.
But so he just wanted it bigger than the ones. So now if you're going to Lamar, right, you can say, hey, look, that one was we're not even going to look at that one. Look at all these 3, and we can get you a contract done like that, I think is what it's going to end up at.
But see, the problem is, my understanding is Kyler wanted more guaranteed money.
Yeah.
That was his deal.
Yeah, Kyler did.
Yeah, but the thing is this, you got 1 year out of 4, you played 1 game out of 12. Now, granted, this year you probably could have played, but since you didn't have a contract, you didn't. I'm going to give you that. Okay, I'm going to give you that. But you didn't have a contract because you chose not to have a contract.
So I think if they come up with a 5-year or something like this coming up, right, like a 5-year or something right around 250, I bet he'd take it. But it just will never be all guaranteed. He just has to understand that.
Right, it's not going to be guaranteed. He has
to understand that.
They said they give him 3 years all guaranteed, but he wants 5 years bigger than Deshaun. And this whole thing is, I can give you more money than Deshaun, I'm just not going to guarantee it. And the thing I love about what Hurts did is he's like, okay, this is how much my contract is every year. $51 million a year. It's $51 million a year. So what just like Mahomes, you know what you're going to make way out in advance, just like Josh Allen. You know what your nut's going to be.
Yeah.
So you can go, okay, we can go, because, the thing is this, like I was talking about earlier, Ben, is what does Mahomes do now? What do the Chiefs do? Because Mahomes not even top 5 quarterback, and then after they do Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, he's going to be like 7th.
Yeah, I know Mahomes' average next year is going to be it's either high 30s, low 40s, something like that.
Yeah.
But they're just gonna give him a big check like they did this year again and just cut it back down.
No. They already gave for next year. This year's check, he was the highest paid, second highest paid nut at 50 whatever.
But behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So they took the big hit this year, and then next year to re-sign people, they gave him money and took some of his money. This upcoming
I can see him doing it again and again and
What's
again.
so funny is that what I try to tell people, that's what they're talking about. Mahomes' contract not fully guaranteed, and most people don't understand is when the NFL season started in March, Mahomes' contract for next year is guaranteed.
He got a massive check. Yeah,
but no, his contract for next year is guaranteed.
Yeah,
not this year, not this coming year, but 2024 is guaranteed already. Because the way it is, when this football season starts, if he's on the roster, the following year's contract is guaranteed. So he's saying, I'm going to give you money, but what we're going to do is you're going to guarantee my contract the year before. If I'm on the team the year before, then that next year, not the year we're going to play, but the following year, you're going to pay me for that year automatically. It's guaranteed. So in essence, they're guaranteeing his money, even though it's not guaranteed, they're guaranteeing his money.
They're playing it out year ahead.
So he's already last year his money for contract is already guaranteed this year. Next year's contract is already guaranteed so this year and next year's contracts are already guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
he's set for those.
So like I told somebody, if you think he's not gonna get all $450 million of that, you're tripping. He's getting all 450 of that million. He's getting all that.
He'd have to have a career-ending injury or something.
Yeah, and they still probably pay him anyway because they wouldn't be where they were without him. It's kind of like what the Colts did for what's our boy's name? He got hurt with the Stanford quarterback that Oklahoma State beat.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Remember, he got hurt, didn't play, and they paid him out.
He gave him his whole check.
Yep, paid him out. And I think the Chiefs would do the exact same thing for Mahomes. I think they'd pay him out anyway because, let's face it, Clark Hunt has made a lot of money with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. Don't you agree? They got the up ticket sales. You got the up suite sales. You got TV money coming. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You've only made money off Super Bowl two rings.
That's a classy move.
And so, I mean, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, I just think that they would. But anyway, I just was trying to get your opinion on that, B. That's why I was kind of giving you a shout back.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my guy Ben Dim and High Stick Harry giving his input as always, not only in hockey, but in basketball and football, and especially football. And, of course, we're going to be talking about baseball, even though I'm not really going into it right now because it is basketball season and it is hockey playoffs. So we're not really interested in baseball, even though Drew is. Fortunately, he's not here.
One thing I did see I thought was awesome. The Dodgers, they re-signed that former outfielder, Andrew Tolles. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was very cool, so he can continue to get treatment.
Schizophrenia. Yeah, schizophrenia. So they re-signed him so he keep his insurance. I thought that was a class
I mean, that's
act.
classy
Absolute
move.
Classy. That was awesome.
Yeah, great point to pull that up. And I mean, how many teams would do that? You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard of one do that before.
You know, I mean, they pulled him, paying his contract out so he can keep his insurance. And that's what's bad is, and the insurance companies are probably pissed, but what are you going to say? It's the Dodgers.
Yep.
I'm pulling your insurance. I'm pulling your health insurance. I don't see that happening, do you?
Nope, and I think it's mental health issues. It's just I think that's a good thing to do.
That would be an ugly move for an insurance company to try to cancel.
Yeah, to try and say, and even fight that or something, yeah.
I mean, because the premiums the Dodgers are paying are clearly going to take care of whatever medical issues that young man might have. It's not going to be close.
Exactly.
Not going to be close.
I thought that was cool, though. I wanted to bring that up.
Hey, yeah, thanks for doing that, but I appreciate you. Like I said, it's our guy, Ben Dillman. Hey, have a good one, man. Stay out of trouble and tell the missus I said hello.
All right, we'll do, brother. Take care. Cheers, man.
Cheers to you. That's my guy, Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry at his best, giving us the insights, football, basketball, baseball, hockey. He is the dude. And for everybody else, we want to thank George's Happy Hog for them allowing us to come in and do our normal Tuesday live stream here. YNB for their sponsorship so that we can be here, and their support for minority women and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate you guys for all of your support. Everybody have a